Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And as you can see on the title screen, it is the newest OP for Season 3. Not a super big fan of the OPs this season, but it is a new OP and it is a new title screen. There is a manual update available in the shop, so you had to go to the slime game, there would be an update button, the app store the same way. It's a manual update right now. It will be like a what's the word? A necessary update, I think, starting tomorrow. Tomorrow being the 24th. I'm recording this a day early, right? But I'm gonna put it out tomorrow because it'll be an actual mandatory update. But let's just check out some of the new features that it has after this download. So give me a minute. Okay, so now that we're in the game, we can go to the news tab and look at, what has actually changed and then go from there. So 723 update notice, a forced update is scheduled for 724. So adjustment to the limit time missions, camera rotation, in battle dialogue. So based on various in battle behavior. So I think this is where I was a little bit mistaken when first reading this. We have certain introduction quotes that happen or during phase transitions between like waves between certain characters, but the way this is worded makes it seem like there's going to be other dialogue depending on what skills you use or whatever happens during the actual fight itself that's not during a wave transition or an intro, because it's only for characters released after the next meta. So since we already have some of those intro dialogues and stuff, it's going to be different from that is what I assume. Title screen changes, we literally just watched that. But the limited time mission tab, so if we go into the missions now, it will be separated out. So limited time missions, crucible missions, the event missions, and the beatdown missions. This is actually very, very nice because Crucible, like I've got all the missions done, but if you didn't, they would be just this would just be a huge long list of things and you have to go find the specific Crucible ones. The limited time missions are related to the current Summer Memories beatdown battle, which actually isn't available anymore anyways. But the event stuff, the beatdown battle, like this, I think is very nice. It will save a lot of time if you're searching for something very specific. I know that a lot of the stages have their own missions tab, which does work, right? A lot of the times, so I mean, we got a limit. Sometimes the mission tab is there, sometimes it's not. But I think overall, this is going to save a lot of headache when you're trying to look for a specific event and what specific things you want to do, especially for some of the older items. So that's very nice. And then the other main primary update is to the town and the camera rotation feature. So press the camera button to change the perspective. It looks like it's not a self-controllable. You can just kind of rotate it between 4 different angles. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so this is the standard. So we've got my element buildings down here that are being built. Now they're on this side, and now we're on the other side, and we can see that I have 2 spots right here where I would have a lot of my trophies get placed on accident, and it'd be hell trying to get them to click and then drag them over here. So the ability to do this, is nice. I don't really build anything now anymore, and I leave this empty space open specifically for new event buildings, but now we can turn it and we can see the other side. So again, while I personally am not a super big proponent of town building stuff, this is a massive, massive improvement for people that do actually want to do it. And I assume it would, be the same for all the different locations and not just the primary area. So yeah, the bamboo forest, you can turn it and see, the space that are hidden behind these trees normally. If you go to the first one, like there could be buildings that are hiding between this and this little space, but now you can just see them. This is very nice, very very nice, and I do recognize that this is probably something people have been asking for a long time, and yeah, I don't, this is pretty empty because there's not a lot to build here, and then my riverfront is actually legitimately empty. I haven't built a single thing in here except bridges, um, but it is meaningful, and I know that the JP players really really like to customize their towns and make them look pretty. And maybe this update was geared more towards them. There, don't get me wrong, there are a number of players on the international side that do also take pride in their towns. But I think the JP players really, really like to do this and really like to make it their own. And you know what? More power to them. It's a feature of the game, so you know don't ignore it if you're on the dev side. But it doesn't really do anything for me personally. So, I mean, I could just store all these buildings and just have the element stuff going, and I just have everything blank if I really wanted to. But yeah, we've already set up and reorganized this once. I don't feel like touching and doing any more of that. So the update is good. I hope to see more good quality of life updates come to the game to make it easier for people to enjoy. The biggest quality of life update I could ever tell them is to make me a goddamn playlist for Beatdown Battle. I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm not going to get into that. All right, that's it. That's for the survey. That's still going on. The survey, by the way, still going on. Continue. All right, so just in case you were not aware or haven't done it yet, we do have a user survey going on until the end of the month, the 31st. We have eight days left to submit this. I've made a video previously on this and what my answers are going to be. If you have any other responses that were not listed in that original video that you want me to add into my list, please, again, let me know in the comments, and we will just compile everything and send it all. And hopefully, you know, if people are saying the same stuff 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 times, it will maybe get to the devs and be like, hey, maybe this is actually a problem. Free-to-play units not coming back. That's a pretty big problem. And I don't know any single person who would argue against that, you know, wanting to be a thing. Beatdown battles, also the same thing. I don't know anyone who would say that that's a bad idea to bring them back. And then, you know, other quality of life changes, you know, carrying over pity, less banners in a month, things of that nature, sure. But overall, the quality of life updates, I think, were pretty good for this time. They don't come very often, you know, once every 6 months or something like that, 4 or 5 months. But when they do now at this point, at least they are fairly impactful. So let me know how you feel about all this new stuff. Again, please don't forget to do the survey because everybody wants the game to be better, including myself, no matter how much I shit on it. But hopefully we can get maybe some better rewards out of Ranked Valor. We can get some beatdown battles to return. We can get some free-to-play units. So we can get more just content in general. That's not this 3 times a day stupid easy giveaway event like Draconic Challenge. But that's it for me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.